In this video, I will continue the demonstration on how to set up a personal form. In the previous video, I reviewed how to create a personal form using the Personal Form Manager to hide or show, rename, resize, and reposition fields in the header of the form. Additionally, you can hide, unhide, or rename the form, row, and report exits on a form. Plus, you can change the descriptions of the columns in the grid. Let's go into Enterprise 1 and continue our exploration of how to personalize the forms that we use. Again, I will access the customer service inquiry from my favorites and open the Personal Forms Manager. As a quick refresher, I can create a personal form by clicking on the minus signs to remove fields. I can drag and drop fields to reposition them, and I can resize the fields. I'm going to close the Personal Form Manager so I can take a look at the form. I'll save it. As with most programs, there are row and form exits. The program has lots of options, most of which a typical user probably does not even use. Now a user can control what they see and what it says. Let's go back into the Personal Form Manager. I'm going to click on Personalize Exits. A new window opens that has two tabs, Form and Row. Again, you'll see the minus signs, which will allow us to remove the options we do not want. I'm going to click on the minus sign on all three of the form exits. Then I am going to click on the Row Exit tab. Here we see three options, but they have arrows pointing to the right. This means there are additional options below these. If I click on the minus sign at this higher level, then all the options will be removed. If I click on the arrow, then I will see all the options within that category. I can remove or change these lower level options. Let's remove some of the options that we never use, like configuration, picture of an item, substitution, revision history. Then let's change the description on some of the remaining options. I can right-click on a field and rename label. Or I can double-click on a field and then rename it. Once I have made all my changes, I will click on OK. This will take us back to the Personal Forms Manager. Now we need to save this to update the personal form. Let's close the Personal Form Manager and take a look. When I click on the form exit, there are no options. When I click on the row exit, we can see that the customer options are gone. And when I click on the item option, now we only see three options, and my new descriptions are what I see. I can also change the descriptions of the column headers in my grid. To do this, I need to make sure that I am not on a personal form. So I'm going to select No Personalization. And I need to make sure that my grid says Show All Columns. Now I will click on the Personalized Grid icon. This will open up the Grid Format Manager. This can be used to move columns, remove columns, and now you can also change the description. Let's say I want to change the description on the Sold To name. Click on the field and then click the Edit Column Name icon. This will open up the field. Make your changes and then press Enter. Once you have made all the description changes that you want, save and name the grid. close the Grid Format Manager. I now see the changes that I made and my custom grid is selected. You can now connect this grid to a personal form. Open the Personal Form Manager. Select my personal form. In the Grid Format option, I'm going to go to the drop-down, select my grid, and then I'm going to save that form. Now when I close, you can see that I get all the changes I made to the form, plus I get the grid changes. This was a quick review of additional features of personal forms.